why not CA or CMA? Why MBA?
So what are the different tax rates that are there?
Nil rate 5%, 12%, 18 and 28%.
Seems that you're too much focused into accounting. So why not go for CA or CMA?
In CA, CMA, we will not be getting a classroom experience.
What's your definition of a mentor?
If I am approaching them, they'll be guiding me either I'm doing wrong or right.
There is always someone who has scored better than you.
How do you tackle, say, mobile addiction? Good candidate, overall a good interview?
So get better clarity on the different job roles and see which one appeals you the most.
I would avoid that sort of a thing because then it seems as if you're looking at one particular person but not looking at team or... Hi Shrestha.
Hello sir, good morning.
Let's start with your introduction first. So if you can just walk me through the life journey that you have had so far.
Okay sir, I am Shrestha Gupta, currently from Mumbai. Originally I am from Mathura. Growing up, years took me to various places in India, exposing me to the melting pot of their culture. I've had commerce since my 9th standard and I graduated in Bachelor's in Accounts and Finance from SNDT University in Mumbai. During my college, I interned at Cipla Health Limited, where I leaned into the managerial aspect of business and finance. And my dad works as a quality head in Kapiva Ayurveda, and my mom is self-employed as an astrologer. Apart from academics, I like to read fictional books and I like to listen to music of various genres.
Okay, so fictional books specifically. Okay, interesting. Any particular author that you really like?
I do like Taylor Jenkins.
Okay, and what is so special about this person?
Her books are about self-discovery. After years and years of struggle and years and years of heartbreak, a person can still grow into a person. They can still love themselves.
Okay, I didn't understand anything.
So basically, one book I've read of her is Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, where she has been struggling since she was a 15-year-old kid, where she has been into the market of being an actress, where she was successful, but she wasn't happy internally. But years and years of struggle, she found herself into a solace, into her life. She started loving herself and she found peace when she was 70. But she can be happy when she is an old woman.
Okay, all right. So you read more of self-help, discovery kind of books?
No, not self-help, but fictional books with messages, but it must have a story or a fictional things.
You mentioned that you did an internship at Cipla Health.
Yes, sir.
So can you just tell me what exactly was your role there?
Okay, so I was an intern in an account. I was an account intern. I was under my manager and I was given a role to reconcile the data we are receiving from the vendors, because Cipla Health has a third-party operation and they have multiple vendors. So we receive data, accounting data from them, and we check them from the SAP backend of our company and to find out any reconciliation in the amount. And I was also given the responsibility to have the different vendors GST accounts downloaded and to be compiled in a folders.
Okay. Did you enjoy this work?
I did. It was a much more of a manual work, but I did like it. The accounting concept, the learning I get from my manager, I did like it.
Okay. So how much of what you studied in your college were you able to apply in this particular job?
So I have studied about GST in my college. So I was able to connect the things I was doing with the theoretical knowledge I've learned in the college. And the reconciliation part, I have already learned that during my 12th standard and my first year of the college. So I was aware of how errors occurs and how to reconcile them.
Can you tell me what are direct taxes and indirect taxes?
Okay, sir. So direct taxes are the taxes where the recipient is the one who gains the income and is supposed to be paying the tax. For example, the income tax. The person is earning the income and is supposed to pay the tax. But for the indirect taxes, for example, GST, the person GST is applicable for the goods and services, and the manufacturer who is actually manufacturing the goods is not supposed to pay the tax. It is being levied on the final consumer. So they are supposed to pay the tax. So the person who is actually enjoying the benefits of the goods and services are supposed to be paying the tax.
Okay. And why do you have different rates? of GST?
Okay, so all the commodities, goods and services are classified according to their needs and necessities and the luxury. So the different types of goods are classified into different types of rates, because not all the goods are equal in the categories.
Okay, so what are the different tax rates that are there?
So basically there are 5 taxes: nil rate, 5%, 12%, 18 and 28%.
Okay, and what sort of goods fall into each of these?
Okay, so for the 0 nil percentage, there are all the unpackaged goods such as milk and milk, fruits, vegetables. 5% we have the necessary items such as kajal, spices. For the 12% we have packaged goods such as paneer, packaged paneer, sugar, and for the 18% we have services such as all types of services, and for the 28% we have luxury items such as AC, refrigerator, etc.
Okay, so I'm assuming that you are planning to do your MBA in finance. Is
Yes,
that correct?
sir. Yes.
So what more do you expect to gain from your MBA, considering you already have done your BAF?
Yes, sir. So I have done my BAF, which is a niche subjects in accounts and finance. So for to do an MBA, I wanted to be learning the different domains such as marketing, HR, sales, operation, because for long term, I want to be a corporate finance manager, and there I would be interacting with different members of the different domains, and to be interacting with them, I need to understand how different functions work, and so that I could understand the relationship relationship of finance with different domains.
Why do you need that? But
So basically, a corporate finance manager is working with, for example, working with an operation head. They will be designing how the production is going to be working, and how much finance is required for that. So I need to have a basic knowledge of how the operation works, so I can reconcile finance with that domain.
okay, but can't you take help of somebody who is already working there?
But
Why
sir,
do you need to do it yourself or learn it yourself? That is the question.
So I'll be working with a finance manager, of course. But if I have a basic knowledge, I can rectify minute errors that can happen in the process. I don't need to rely on any minute error will be happening on the other domain managers.
Okay, Girish.
So you said you want to be a corporate finance manager.
Yes, sir.
So first of all, what is finance?
Finance. Okay, so finance is a field where we work with money, and where we conclude the working of a company or a industry in the manner where we determine their financial basis.
So you're talking about it from accounting point of view mainly, but there is more to finance than that.
Yeah, finance is basically an umbrella, and accounting comes under it. And finance also include different functions such as auditing, GST and all.
So again, when I said finance contains something more than accounting, you mentioned auditing and GST. So to my mind, it seems that you're too much focused into accounting. So why not go for CA or CMA?
So CA and CMA, they are the courses where we have to prepare at home or in a coaching, where we'll never get a exposure to peer learning, which we'll be getting during an MBA. In CA, CMA, we'll not be getting a classroom experience. And secondly, we'll not be getting a chance to network there, which we'll be getting during an MBA.
Okay. So if you want to go for networking, you don't have to attend any college for that. You can, just network with any sort of strangers, even on Facebook. And then you can join different communities and then start interacting. What's stopping you?
But MBA will give me a direction to go into the field I have been planning to go. It will be more a holistic approach towards the field I have been working towards.
Mm-hmm. So what's the difference between progressive taxation regime and regressive taxation regime?
Okay, so progressive taxation regime is the scheme where as the income increases, that percentage of the tax also increases with that. And regressive, when the income increases, the taxation percentage decreases.
So what would you advocate? Which is better?
So these both, if you'll talk about on the basis of income, progressive is much better than is only better than regressive, because as the income increases, the rich people are supposed to pay lesser taxes, as according to the poor people, as their income is less, they are supposed to pay more. So for the income, as the income increases, they should pay more taxes as they are earning more.
But is there any logic for having regressive taxation at all?
So personally, I don't feel like why do we have regressive taxation.
Okay. So at the time of demonetization, there was a proposal, something called Arthakranti, right? So just do away with income tax.
So I'm not aware about that.
Okay, so let me tell you. So the proposal was that, of course, government did not accept it, but just do away with income tax and just have transaction taxes on everything.
Okay.
So if I say buy even this pen from a nearby shop, I need to pay certain tax. If I buy a house, I need to pay certain tax. That's it.
Okay.
So what's your view on it? Is it good or bad or not so good?
So the scheme was like, it's like GST. The purchase of the goods, we are paying the taxes. So the percentage same for all the products?
That can be designed.
Okay. So here we are not taxing the income which we are earning. We are only taxing the income which we are paying for the products we are purchasing. I'm not sure about that much.
Okay. So what is marginal propensity to consume?
Okay. So it is the percentage change in the consumption proportionate to the percentage change in the income.
Okay. And whose marginal propensity to consume more? Of rich people or for poor?
Sir, it depends on the person. If the person has a larger share of savings, they'll have less propensity, and if the person has a lesser saving, they'll have more propensity.
So who is the member of Lok Sabha from Mathura?
Srimati Hema Malini.
And her stepson is also a member of Lok Sabha.
I'm not aware of that.
Okay.
Right, let's talk a little bit about your extracurriculars. So what all things did you do in your college?
So during my college, I was a part of the team. I was a part of the team where we had to present a presentation about economic convention, where we have to present a PPT about different economists.
Okay. Any particular economists that you can talk about?
Sir, right now I'm not much aware of the economists. I do remember Adam Smith, the father of economists. I cannot talk much about them right now.
And anything else that you did apart from this?
No, sir, because my college first 2 years were in lockdown, so we were attending online classes, and the third year I did this activity and attended the GST convention, and only this.
I can see on your resume you have written about yoga.
So these were all from my school days.
Okay, but do you practice yoga right now? You don't?
No, sir, I don't practice yoga.
Can you name a few asanas?
Sir, Shivasana, Surya Namaskar.
Surya Namaskar is one asana or it's a...
It's a combination of different asanas.
So can you name any one asana from the entire Surya Namaskar that you... How many steps are there?
There are 12 steps. No, sir, I don't remember the names of them.
Okay, no problem. Tell me, what do you want to do in life? So apart from, of course, the MBA that you will be doing, what do you want to do post MBA?
Okay, sir. After my MBA, I want to be working in a corporate or a startup which will be providing me a platform to learn more, to gain more experience. I want to be learning under a mentor where I could have as many projects as possible to grow, to learn more about the field, to grow into the field.
That's a very generic answer. I think we have heard that enough. So what exactly do you want to do?
So Exactly, I want to be working in a finance field only, and in a under a person who can give me guidance. So who will be my mentor, who will be giving me guidance, so as to I should grow where I should go in the future.
What's your definition of a mentor?
Okay, so for me, mentor would be a person who will be guiding me step by step. If I am approaching them, they'll be guiding me either I'm doing wrong or right, and I have a faith in them. I am believing they are giving me the right advice.
Okay, I can see that you're also interested in music. So let's talk a little bit about that. Is this playing some instrument or listening to music?
No, sir, I like to listen to music. I like to listen to any kind of music.
Anything you listen?
Any kind of music.
Okay, so anything in particular that you enjoy more?
I like to listen to romantic music more, but I can listen to any type.
Okay. So are you aware of what is auto-tune?
I am aware of autotune. It is about when the singer is singing, the tune which is playing at the background.
Is that what auto-tune is?
I think this is.
So I'm going to give you a topic and you have to speak on it for 1 minute. So I'm going to borrow a quote from, I think, Claude Debussy, who once said that music is the space between the notes. Okay, you can think about it for some time. I'll just repeat it. Music is the space between the notes.
Okay. Okay. So, for my understanding of this topic, music is the space between the notes. Is that in a very hardworking lifestyle we are living in, a person can find solace in a thing where they can lean into it, where they can calm themselves. For me, that is music. At the start of the day, I start with listening to spiritual music, bhajans, and I end my day with listening to music. It is like bringing calmness to my soul, and it gives me a motivation to move forward.
Okay, all right. Can you tell me about a time where something didn't work for you? So maybe a failure that you had experienced and what were the learnings from that?
So as you can see, I haven't scored much well in my 12th standard. That was one time where I was very disheartened by myself. I didn't give my 100%, which I should have given. It was a very big platform in my life, and there I have learned to be accepting myself of my failures, to be I have learned from, and I have improved myself as I have prepared for my CAT and I have cracked it in first attempt.
Okay, all right. And if you were to go back in time, what would you do differently about your 12th standard?
I would definitely refrain myself from my mobile phones, because I was highly distracted from that time. So I would like to refrain myself from that.
Okay. So how do you tackle, say, mobile addiction? Because right now there's a lot of study that is being done about the usage of mobiles among kids, and they have found that a lot of them are developing different sorts of disorders.
Yes.
So if you were to look at mobile phone consumption, how people use it, what are the things that you would do or recommend people which will avoid overusage?
Okay, so mostly mobile phones are used today in today life. Children are using it for a means of entertainment. So they should be finding different means of entertainment, such as, for me, I have find myself reading books as alternative from mobile phones. That is why I have refrained from it, and it can be anything from cooking to dancing to anything. A person should find a different hobby to refrain themselves from using
So
mobile
you are
phones.
saying people should have a different source of stimulation compared to what they're having right now.
But mobile phones are much more hazardous to the people apart from these hobbies, because mobile phones are negative for their eyesight and the physical health, as well as their mental capabilities. So they should find something else to stimulate themselves, because they are actually having a problem with their stimulation of their mind, because they are addicted to it. So they should switch it to something else which is less hazardous than mobile phones.
Girish?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, so I think we can end the discussion here. Thank you so much. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Shrestha, we are done with the interview and now we'll begin with the feedback.
Okay, sir.
So, how do you think it went?
So I think it went moderate, not so good, not so bad.
Okay. So, in terms of content, I can definitely give you some couple of pointers. First of all, your why MBA. You know? So, that needs to be refined. In the sense, you mentioned that you want to be a corporate finance manager. But what do you mean by that? And what is exactly done?
Okay.
You know? So, the idea that you wanted to convey overall got gist of it. However, finance, the world of finance is much wider than,
Yeah.
right? In the world of finance, you have a source of money on the one hand, and on the other hand, you deploy it somewhere
Right.
for maximizing your returns while managing your risk and all the supporting services.
Right.
Such as, say, equity research and all. These are the supporting services.
Right.
They also come under finance.
Okay.
Right? So get better clarity on the different job roles and see which one appeals you the most.
Okay,
Whether
sir.
debt side appeals you the most or equity side.
Okay, sir.
Because you are from accounting and finance background. So expectation from you are slightly higher.
Okay, sir.
And you are carrying that baggage in a way. No? So you should be able to do justice to that.
Okay, sir.
So if you were not from accounting and finance background and someone says, some general answer like this, maybe that student can get away.
Okay.
But for you, the requirement is expectations are higher.
Okay, sir.
Okay? So what you need to do is to see different job profiles and what is the role that you would like to be in the future and connect it with your background. That this is what I've done so far. This is the role I want to be in, and establish how MBA will help you get there.
Okay, sir.
And when you whichever B school you go to for the interview, so make sure that that job profile is offered on the campus.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Because otherwise, you will invite trouble for yourself.
Yeah, right.
And then the second pointer is about considering your background, and because you spoke at significant length about accounting and auditing and reconciliation and things like that. Why not CA or CMA and why MBA? That question can come.
Right.
So there you can't be criticizing CA or CMA.
Right.
See, the idea that you want to establish is that CA or CMA is good, but it's not for me.
Right.
That way even medical profession is also very good, but it's not for me.
Not for me. Right.
So that is what you have to establish in the sense, without criticizing CA or CMA, but I want to do something different.
Okay.
So take care of that.
Okay, sir.
And then you see, networking is one aspect or one outcome of a B school. Networking is not the focus.
No, it is one of the.
It is just one of the things. So accordingly, you need to phrase your answer, and then holistic approach is quite a cliched phrase.
Okay.
Right? So
completely agree on that front. I think that's why one of the answers, I think I clearly said that we have heard that enough, right? So what is it that you really want to do? See, what happens is the more depth you bring to the interview, and that is your job, right? It's not, as he said, that the expectation from you would be higher because you have done bad.
Right.
If I ask it to somebody who has no background, right? Let's say I ask a finance question to an engineer. I am not expecting a detailed answer. Of course, I was happy with the attempts that you made at a lot of places in terms of giving the answer. So whether it was direct tax versus indirect tax, then different tax brackets that are there and so on. So good job on that front. I think on the current affairs side, you will have to brush up a little bit because he also spoke about Artha Kranti that you were not aware of. So you said, of course, it's not very current, but then at least some background if you have, then nothing like it. Regarding, I think, again, progressive, regressive taxation, you had a stand on that front. I think one place where again you can do a little better, right, is I thought about your internship specifically, wherein you kept on talking about the activities that you had done, right? But it wasn't impactful. Personally, I felt that you said that I had a manager and he gave me tasks, right? Which is what happens in every internship.
Yeah.
But then, so quantifying with some numbers,
Okay.
adding what was the tangible output that you produced, right? So those things, if you add, it will help you.
Okay.
The other thing is regarding mentor. So you said, what do I want to do? So you spoke about some mentor, which felt like as if you're looking up to some particular person who would be there to help you every now and then. But honestly, that will not happen in the corporate world, right? So you're not going to, I mean, you may find a mentor, but then they're not going to be involved every single time. It's
Okay.
mostly going to be your manager. Right?
Okay.
So I would avoid that sort of a thing, because then it seems as if you're looking at one particular person, but not looking at team or the group of people that you'll be working with.
Okay,
right?
sir.
Again, then you spoke about some understanding about operations and everything and so on, which is again connected to what Girish said. Just developing more clarity as to what happens
Okay.
when you actually start working in the corporate sector. Otherwise, I think overall, again, a good candidate, overall a good interview. One particular thing, maybe one last comment from my side, was going to be on that failure thing, right? So 12th standard. I don't know. So unless the panel really says that your scores are not that great and then brings that topic up, I don't think you should be getting into that particular territory unnecessary, right? Because till that point, I had not even discovered. So a lot of times it will happen that panel has not gone through the entire profile in detail, and there could be aspects that they forget, right? So they'll not pick that up. So don't reveal it upfront.
Okay.
The other thing would be a lot of activities that you said, right? So yoga, for example. You don't have to tell me that you don't practice it at this point of time.
Okay.
I will rather do one thing. I'll go home and do a little bit of reading on that. I will look at some YouTube videos on different asanas, which will help me to prepare for it. So rather than saying, okay, that was a thing that I used to do in the past, I don't do it anymore. I'll rather pick it up from there and say that this is something that I do even right now, so that you have something extracurricular to talk about.
Okay.
Right? So I would do that.
Okay.
Otherwise, I think decent interview, and we wish you all the best.
And one other point, you mentioned you cracked CAT. I would be rather very, very careful while mentioning this. This is not to say that you scored less or something, but there is always someone who has scored better than you.
Right.
There is someone who scored 100%.
There. Right.
Right? So don't invite trouble for yourself.
Okay.
Okay, I think we can wrap it up here. So thanks and all the best.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.